Alrighty, hello, welcome back. So today's been an amazing morning. Felt like a great day to create, and my video today is going to be about why I thought I hated being home and what I learned. So if you're anything like me, I used to hate being home. I was always outside, always doing something, always trying to be stimulated, always thinking what's next, always looking for the next vacation, what's going on today, where's brunch, what can I do, who can I hang out with. I've been that way probably since I was like 12 years old. Like as early as I can remember, having the ability to leave my home unattended without parents or anything and just do what I want to do. And that lasted up until approximately, this year, but it's gotten even better since I created my own space within my home. But I want to talk about creating your own home and creating your space and curating it exactly to be a sanctuary for yourself, and potentially even creating a room in your home to even be even more so with that energy. So first we're going to talk about the realization. So I thought I always hated being home. I thought that I just wasn't a homebody. I thought that wasn't in my spirit. I thought that I didn't enjoy being home. I thought I was just a busybody. I thought I was an extrovert. I thought that I was fun and exciting, and I just didn't understand why people would want to be home when there's this whole world to explore, why people would want to be alone at home when there's so many people that you want to meet and so many people you want to give your energy to. I realized that I didn't always need to be outside. I did not always need noise and distraction. The truth was, I just didn't like my home how it was. Because I was living in Miami, I had my own apartment over there, and I had enough money to do what I wanted whenever I wanted. I could go out when I wanted, I could travel when I wanted, and I did those things. I would go out to brunch all the time. I didn't really care if I had plans with anybody. I was a person that could go out and just meet new people and have fun. And I would travel. I could travel with people. I would travel alone a lot. And I really enjoyed doing that. I still love to travel and I still love to go outside. However, it felt more of like a need. Like I did not want to be home. I literally could use the word hated to be home. I would find any excuse to leave home. Even when I worked from home, I didn't want to work from home. I wanted to be outside. I wanted to be overstimulating myself. So what I realized is there was a lot of discomfort in my home. So my space itself, it wasn't comfortable. I was coming from a place where I had gone through a lot of things. I had been homeless. I had left abusive relationships. I had thought that at least if I had my own apartment, I was doing better than I was. At least if I wasn't in that abusive relationship, I was doing better than I was. At least if I had a couch, that was better than not having a couch. So I'm gonna start with talking about placeholder furniture. So what I did in my apartment in Miami is I got the cheapest couch that I could. I got the cheapest bed frame that I could. I got the cheapest blankets, the cheapest pillows, the cheapest everything that I could, because I've always been a frugal person in that way. There's definitely times that I will splurge on things that I liked. Like I had the cheapest couch and the cheapest bed, but I would spend thousands of dollars on my hair. I would spend thousands of dollars on clothes. I would spend thousands of dollars on going out and paying for other people to have fun. But I would not spend thousands of dollars or even hundreds of dollars on making my home comfortable. I didn't think at the time that making my house more comfortable would make me want to be home more, but it 100% has. So you can be aware of the fact that you have placeholder furniture if every time you sit on your couch, you think to yourself, this is so uncomfortable. It hurts your back to sit on it. You do not want to sit on it. It's painful. The poles are sticking out of the couch. Your bed is thin. You can't really sleep well. It's too bright in your room. You have the cheapest blanket on your bed and the cheapest sheets and the cheapest pillows. So you're sleeping, but you only sleep after a night of partying so hard that you don't even care about how comfortable your bed is, because all you need to do is sleep at the moment. You spend all day, all night out partying, maybe even bouncing house to house at friends' houses, couch to couch, whatever. And now you're home, you're at your house, and now you're finally able to sleep. When I I actually bought my first house in 2024. I bought it in Baltimore, Maryland, and I wanted to be extremely intentional with my home. I think now looking at it, it's kind of even deeper because I was always moving around. Ever since I was a little girl, my mom and my sister and my mom was a single mom, we would move all the time. We've moved probably like at least once a year to different apartments, sometimes more, sometimes evictions, mostly evictions, and just moving around. Then in my adult life, I kind of did the same thing. Well, I definitely did the same thing. I moved to Florida in 2016 for college. I had multiple different apartments during that time. I had been evicted during that time. I had moved house to house. I had been evicted a lot of times. I eventually moved to Miami, and I had bounced house to house there as well. So in my adulthood, I probably moved, by the time I was in college, so 2016, I went from the boathouse to living with my best friend, to getting my own apartment, to getting another apartment, to sleeping in my car, to moving to Miami on a whim, to living in hotels, to living in Airbnbs, getting kicked out of one Airbnb, went to the next Airbnb, went to the next Airbnb, moved in with a guy I just met, ended up being an abusive relationship. Getting my own apartment in Miami after being homeless for a period of time, and still not making that space a permanent space. I think I knew that I was just living in a very temporary lifestyle. Everything was temporary for me. And so was my furniture. And so was my lifestyle. And when I decided that I would move to Baltimore, I think I was just tired. I was tired of running around. It didn't matter. I was trying to find myself. I was trying to move anywhere. I had moved to Puerto Rico. I had moved to Atlanta. I had moved to Vegas. I just kept moving. I could never find somewhere to call home. But when I decided to move to Baltimore, I had set an intention, and we'll actually do like a whole separate video on buying your first home, because I think that it's just sad almost that we don't even think that it's possible, but it completely 100% is possible. If I can do it, you can do it. I promise you, you can do it. And when I bought my home, I was so intentional about my furniture. I was really inspired by the Kim K minimalist and soft interior decorating. In my previous homes, it was very much thrifted, but there's nothing wrong with thrifting, but I would just buy anything that I thought was cute, and my house ended up being very cluttered. It was eclectic, but it was very busy. And for someone like me who has a very busy mind, a lot of anxiety, my thoughts are constantly racing, having a home that's very busy and reflecting of that was not helpful for me at all. It was very distracting. It was not a sanctuary for me. So of course I was always gonna wanna leave. My furniture wasn't comfortable. Of course I would never wanna sit down and relax and calm down. My TV was very small. Of course I would not wanna sit down and watch a romance movie. It wasn't comfortable. I had nowhere to sit and relax. I did have limited space, but I don't even think that space, the actual size of your home is not as important as making that house work for you. If you have a small home, why are you cluttering it? And then I think we'll also have a whole separate video about using certain areas of your home specifically for those areas in your home. Keep your bedroom as your bedroom. I was using my living room as my workspace because I worked from home. My bedroom was very cluttered. I had a lot going on. My bathroom cluttered. All these products that I didn't use were all in my house. So when I moved into my home that I purchased in Baltimore, I made a promise to myself I would keep it so simple. I refused to even decorate because I wanted to just breathe and let the pieces of furniture speak and be functional and let my home be functional. So in the past, where I had purchased the cheapest futon off Amazon, which was probably like $100 to $300, which I get it. Things are very expensive. You have to do what you have to do. However, be real with yourself. If you're like me and you could spend $300 going out one night, drinking and partying with your friends 3 times a month, that's $900. You could have bought a really nice couch for that price. There's like this weird, it's like how we have the low income society and the high income, and how the 1% has all the money, and the low income is like where most of us are at, and the middle class does not even really exist anymore. That's kind of how it is with furniture. So you could spend $300 and buy the cheapest couch that's absolutely going to be uncomfortable. Or you could actually invest in a piece of furniture that is definitely gonna be more expensive. My couch was really expensive. I never had invested in furniture before. My couch was like $2,000. However, I paid monthly on that couch, and I bought it from Ashley Furniture, where if you pay monthly within 1 year, it's no interest. So yes, I had a couch payment. All my furniture in my home, I actually had to do monthly payments on. I just finally paid off all my furniture. So that was a lot to deal with. But all the money that I saved from not going out because I liked my house, I was able to invest that in my furniture. And now I don't have that. I don't have all my furniture payments anymore. So now I have all this extra money. So now I'm not really going out as much as I was, and I enjoy being home. So I invested in a really nice couch. That was like the most important thing for me, was investing in the really nice couch. I will have to give you an entire couch tour one day because it is phenomenal. It is so soft. It's like the biggest, fluffiest cloud in the world. Anybody who comes over my house is always like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever felt in my life. And to me, I'm so proud of my couch because I'm like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever felt in my life. Oh, my couch reclines. It's a double recliner. It literally lays like all the way back. Like, it is insane. It has plugs in the couch, so you can charge your phone right there. Phenomenal. I invested in a very large TV. I wanted to make my space intentional for vibing in my house. I wanted to make it so that I could put my huge TV. It's not that huge, but it's huge compared to what I had. I probably had a TV that was like this big, like a 30-inch TV or something like that. Like the cheapest TV I could have bought, that was my TV in Miami. So the smallest TV, the cheapest couch. Absolutely uncomfortable, not a vibe. And then when I came here, I bought the biggest, comfortablest, softest, beautifulest white couch, giving that minimalist energy with the biggest, nicest, clearest TV in my price range, and it's just phenomenal. I love my TV. I love my couch. After work, I come home, I lay on my couch, and that's something that I would never do before. When I used to work, I would not even want to go home. I could work all day long and I would stay out all night long because I did not want to go home. Now I rush home. I literally, not speed, but I rush to get home, and I sit on my couch and I'll put on a show and I just vibe, and it's amazing. The next most important piece of furniture to me in my home is my bed. I bought the most comfortable mattress that I physically could find. At my old house, first of all, when I first moved to Miami, not the first time, but one of my apartments in those many, many apartments that I lived in, I ended up buying one of those Japanese beds where they're just a flat, thin piece on the ground. To each their own. I tried that. Let's just say no comment, no hate, but no, that did not work for me. So then I invested in a bed frame, which is one of the cheapest bed frames that you could get. The metal bed frames. It had no head, like it doesn't have the headrest or anything like that. Is that what it's called? Headrest? And it was not aesthetic and it was not comfortable. But at that time, that's what I identified with. I identified with hating sleep, hated relaxing, and so I didn't make that space comfortable. Now, when I purchased my bed this time, I already knew my intention was I wanted to make my house a home. I knew this was gonna be maybe not my forever home, but it definitely is gonna be my long-term home. And so I bought the most comfortable bed. I tried out all the beds and I invested in the bed that felt the most comfortable for me. I bought the nicest sheets that I possibly could find, the nicest comforter I could possibly find, the nicest pillows I could possibly find. Once again, I never used to do that. I would buy the $3 pillows from Walmart, the cheapest sheets on Amazon. I would get one of those thin, soft blankets that you could get from the dollar store, and I would be, okay, this is good enough. Now I actually invested in my bed, and my pillows, I think each pillow had to be at least $20 to $40. My sheets had to be like $60. My comforter, I'm pretty sure, was like $200. Like, I invested, and I was like, I really hope this works. And let me tell you, it worked. I love my bed. I could never say that before. I genuinely thought it was a me problem. Now I genuinely love my bed. I can sleep. I can stay in my bed. I don't even want to go to work. I love my bed. I literally enjoy getting in my bed, the feeling, the textures. You have to find what works for you. Not everyone's gonna like the same bed. You might like hard, I might like soft. You might like hard pillows, I might like soft pillows. You might want 2 pillows in your bed, I have 4. You might like a soft blanket, I like a blanket that has texture. It's a down blanket. My pillows are down, I believe, and my blanket is a down blanket. And it's just amazing. So this obviously took time. I feel like you're doing yourself an injustice by settling for rushed pieces of furniture and good enough choices. I did that for years, and you're setting yourself up for failure. Why spend $300 on a couch that you're never gonna use because you're never home because you hate it? Why spend $300 on a bed that you're never gonna sleep in and never gonna get a full night's rest, and you're gonna always avoid sleep because you hate it? Invest in the things that you love. I've had my couch and my bed for over a year, and I would never replace it. Every time I sit on it, every single day I sit on it, I think, I love this furniture. Best investment of my life. You think I'm lying? I promise you, I think about that every single day. I promise you that investment is worth it. The next thing I want to talk about is home is a mirror. So your physical home reflects your internal state. So you need to keep your home peaceful. If you're a person that vibes well or can do well with chaos and artistic pieces everywhere and colors, do that. I tried, it didn't work for me. Now my entire home is white. My couch is white, and I have gold accents. Those are it. Gold and white. My table's white. My chairs are white. My furniture's white. My bed is white. My bedding's white. My dresser's white. My bookcase is white. Everything is white. Because I needed a clean mind. I want to walk in my house and everything be clean. I do not clutter my home. I love my family. At this time, I am not putting any photos of anybody up. I am not, because I love them, but I want to walk in and feel nothing but peace. And not that my family doesn't bring me peace, but I don't want anything on my walls. I don't want any clutter anywhere. The only thing I have is a plant on my table. And the only decorations you'll see in my house are books, because that brings me peace. Not that my family doesn't bring me peace, but I have a lot of family. I would need to have 100 picture frames, which is what I used to do. And that was very cluttering for me. And picture frames collect dust. I don't always want to see and feel dust and clutter everywhere, so I stopped doing that. When people during Christmas give me items for my home and decor, I tell them before, if they gift me anything, please do not give me any decorations. I will not enjoy that, and it will not be going up in my room. I am sorry to sound rude or ungrateful, but I do pass gifts on that are cluttery or decor, because I specifically asked for you not to give me that. I'm grateful, but I will pass it along. If you're avoiding being home, you're avoiding yourself. Being home and being home alone is the only time that you really get to remove yourself from the distractions of the world and be in touch with yourself. You're either not staying home because you don't want to be in touch with yourself, or you're not staying home because you can't, because you've created such a chaotic environment and now you don't get to be in touch with yourself. So since I've created a home that feels intentional, it feels like a reflection of peace and tranquility and sanctuary, I love being home. Since I've loved being home, I'm now able to do things that I've always wanted to do. Relax, cook, watch TV, listen to music, chill, make videos, write, blog, do the things I've never been able to do in my home. So, your body, your mind, and your soul are all interconnected. Your space really affects your nervous system. So investing in your home, investing in your furniture is not just investing in aesthetic. You're investing in your mental health. By investing in your space, investing in your mental health, you are quite literally saving money. You're not gonna wanna go out all the time. You might not even have to pay so much money on all these outside external stimulating things that you thought were gonna make you happy. Going out, buying new clothes, buying this, buying that, going out to dinner. When you actually enjoy the space that you're living in, you will love being in that space, and you will not need to buy things to feel happy, be around people to feel happy. You save so much time, energy, and money, and it's a non-negotiable. The next thing I want to talk about is creating your dream space. So you really need to design intentionally. You need to choose how you want to feel in your home space. So I already talked about this a few times. I really want to feel at peace in my home. My jobs are really stressful, and I'm a high stress person. I'm a very busy person, and I need to come home and feel like I can think and not be distracted or overwhelmed by a mess. Not be overwhelmed or distracted by all the colors and all the things going on in my house. I never leave dishes in my sink. I always try to make my bed. I designate spaces so that they're very intentional and very peaceful for me. I manifested and set an intention for my space. Before I moved into my home, I used my Pinterest, so you really need to use your Pinterest. And I already had an idea of what I wanted. I knew it. I knew I wanted the white, the minimalist, the soft, the comfort, the soft lighting, the plants. That's what I wanted. And that's what I got. My most important thing I've done for myself this year was creating an actual intentional room in my home. I spent the next 3 months making this space exactly how I envisioned. So I'll do a room tour one day, but I really wanted to make this like my feminine energy space. So I have my beautiful clothes and a beautiful like a standing closet. I had my boyfriend help me put together a beautiful vanity. I brought my desk in here to make it come from out of my bedroom so I could have a space where I work. Maybe you live with other people. Maybe you have the ability, like I do, to have a room dedicated specifically for an intentional space. If you have the ability to do this, even if it's like a closet, like a spare closet that you can go into, just somewhere that is your intentional space. So for me, I made my spare bedroom into an intentional space for me to even exemplify all the vibes that I feel maybe generally in my house, but I wanted one place where I could actually come into and just feel like I am in my highest energy, my best feminine space. So this room is literally my feminine energy space. It's my creative space. It's my get ready with me room. It's my meditation room. It's my place where I come when I need to feel beautiful again, when I need to take things slower, when I need to just be at peace with myself. I will come in this room and just lay on my floor and just do snow angels because I have this big, nice, fluffy white rug. I got a very large, big, huge golden lined mirror that's huge. It's bigger than me. I haven't had a stand-up mirror in the entire year that I've been here, and I think that that was actually very detrimental. I wasn't able to see myself, so I really never knew what my outfits were looking like and how my body was looking like. I really wasn't getting a full image of who I really was or what I really looked like, which was really odd. So having that was amazing. I have a vanity in my room that has a beautiful light, so this just makes me be more intentional when I'm getting ready. Rather than rushing and standing up, I actually make it a vibe when I'm getting ready. I turn my light on, I spray my perfumes, I can see all my products, and I get to sit there and enjoy that time. My closet is a standing closet, so I have all my pieces up that I really enjoy wearing. I have all the clothes that I don't really wear, I have them in a closet. And all the clothes that I enjoy wearing and that make me feel beautiful, I have them out so I can see them and so I could pick through them. So this is like my dressing room. I have my desk in here, and I keep everything very simple, no clutter, nothing. So it's a very intentional space. So I really just think that it's really important for you to create a home that's reflective of you, that's intentional, that's peaceful, that's beautiful. I think it's really important for you to create a space that is intentional, and even more so, like an even deeper level of that energy that you're trying to create in your space. Make a space dedicated to you. Not your bedroom, which is for sleep. Not your living room, which is used for relaxing. Not your kitchen, which is used for cooking. Not your dining room that's used for dining. An intentional space that's for you to just do whatever it is you want to do. For me, it was being intentional, meditating, getting ready, working on creative things like my videos, doing some homework, things like that. And it has changed my life. I look forward to it. Where I used to look forward to going out on Saturday mornings, now I can't wait. I wake up and I'm like, I get to go in my room. And I love that for me. I feel so much more at peace. My lighting in my room is very intentional. It's bright. I don't have curtains up. I have it very light and bright in here. My bedroom is different. It's dim, it's peaceful, it's more like light. It's a lower lighting so that I can go to sleep and feel comfortable and rested. When I come here, I want to feel awake and alive and amazing. My next intention for this room is to get a little couch so that my girlfriends can come over and we can have this space. I want to be able to DJ in here and hang out in here and vibe together and feel beautiful, feminine, light in my own home. I created that space in my own home with intention, with my Pinterest vision boards, with just having an idea and I'm allowing it to come to life. I use ChatGPT to help me like picture it. So the lesson learned here is you don't exactly need to change yourself. You need to change your environment. You need to create an environment that makes you want to be in it so that you can be with yourself. It's really important and it's changed my life, and I hope that this was a helpful video for you, and I hope that all your dreams come true, all your visions of your home come true, and I hope that you just create a very intentional, beautiful space where you can just feel at peace, comfortable, safe, beautiful, rested, all of that. So get rid of your clutter, get rid of your ex-boyfriend, get rid of clothes you're no longer wearing, change the vibe, invest in the good furniture, invest in yourself, and watch it come back tenfold. All the money that you think you're investing in your home and in your space will not be wasted. It is amazing, and coming from somebody who was probably the worst outside person that never wanted to be home, like the anti-homebody, and now being somebody who genuinely enjoys being in their home. Trust me, I get it. And I believe that you can create this space for yourself. When your home feels safe, being with yourself feels safe too. So I hope that you're able to do that for yourself, and I hope to hear all about it.